This video is about staying in your lane financially. So what does that mean? Well, take a look at these houses over here. These two houses, the beige one and the blue one, they're what? 800, 900, 1,000 square feet, something like that. Perfectly nice houses. Probably don't cost super crazy amounts of money, 200,000 or more, something like that, in Florida, right? It's right outside a nice park. So, what are those people's lanes? Can they buy a brand new S-Class Mercedes? Probably not. Will a Mercedes-Benz dealer sell them one? Probably. Doesn't mean they'll be able to pay for it, but somebody is willing to sell them something like that. Can they afford a brand new iPhone? Sure. Can they afford some expensive clothes sometimes? Sure. But they're not, they're not on the level of some of these people whose houses are on the water over here. So here, just a block away, is a much nicer neighborhood, or more expensive neighborhood, so to speak. So these people, their houses are 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 square feet, I guess. I don't know, 3,000. And they have Audi A5, BMW M3, what is that? The new Alfa Romeo. And they also have these little docks here, so they can pull a boat up. Now, can they afford a new Mercedes-Benz? Most likely. Can they afford a new iPhone? Sure. Expensive clothes? Sure. A boat? Kind of, but not really. It depends what you consider a boat. Look at these boats, okay? It's a small boat, and maybe it's a few thousand, I don't know, 10, 20, $30,000, and that's their lane. Okay, now look at the people across the water there. Those are bigger, newer houses with bigger docks. It's on a private, kind of semi-private island, and so those houses are more expensive than these generally, I would say. Okay, now even those people, can they afford a new Mercedes? Sure. iPhone, whatever, yeah. Expensive clothes, yeah. But can they afford a private jet? Probably not. Can they afford fractional jet ownership like NetJets? Maybe, some of them. Probably not all of them. Probably not most of them. Can they afford to go hang out with a billionaire like Bill Gates or David Jeffen on some $50 million yacht that maybe they own or they rent for $100,000 a week? I doubt it. And so the point I'm trying to make is that all of these people, these three different, types of houses, different types of income level of people, none of them are living a bad life. That's if they're able to afford their bills. So the guy that's living in a small blue house, maybe he has no debt. Maybe he can pay his bills off very easily and save money and invest in real estate and stocks and bonds. But maybe these people over here with the big houses, maybe they have huge mortgages. Maybe they have no equity in their house. Maybe they spend more than they make and they're behind on their bills. You never know. So you should not try to arrange your life based on what you see other people doing, or based on what you think other people can afford or what other people have, because you need to work within your circumstances and do what's best for you to increase your wealth. And things like boats and fancy cars and fancy clothes and big houses, they take away from that. So if you don't have it to spare, you should not be financially stretching yourself and getting yourself into debt and paying all kinds of interest for the privilege of trying to look rich, because spending money you don't have to try to look rich is the surest way to the poorhouse. So learn to stay in your lane and save what you can, invest it, and eventually maybe you'll go from the small blue house to maybe a house like this. That's if you want it. Maybe you're perfectly happy in a small house and like that your house is paid off and like that you have money in the bank or money in the market or rental income so that you don't have to work. I would say that's a much better thing, in my opinion, than being in one of these big houses over here and still not being able to pay your bills. I mean, there's plenty of people that make a lot of money that are broke. And I'm talking about doctors, lawyers. Some people make $500,000 a year but spend $600,000 a year. Okay? Are they rich? No, they're poorer than somebody that has no money in the bank. Think about that. And that's why you see all these people that, even though they have money, they were never taught about finance, and so it's very easy for them to lose it. The best example is lottery winners and sports players, basketball players, football players. These guys, a lot of these guys never came from money, and so when they get a big windfall, they think it's going to last forever, and so they just spend it all living like even like some billionaires don't spend money like they do, and in a few years it's gone and now they're back. They can't even afford the little blue house that I showed you, let alone some of these big houses. So the key to growing your wealth and staying on the path of financial independence is staying in your lane until you can afford comfortably to get into a bigger, fancier lane. And for some people, that's what they strive for. For other people, they don't even care about that. They just want to be comfortable and not have to work or have a certain lifestyle. So all of these things are fine. You just have to realize what you want and plan accordingly. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.